Some of the initial cases identified in December from this cluster of pneumonia had mentioned this exposure at the seafood market, but some of those cases, some early cases, didn't have exposure at that market.
In terms of looking at the emergence of any disease can emerge anywhere. Coronaviruses are a global phenomenon. They exist on a global basis. It's an unlucky accident of history or nature that they emerge in a certain place, and it's really important that we don't start to ascribe blame to geographic origin, and that we look at this in terms of how we respond, how we contain, and how we stop this virus.
抖音
Oh, but in China, they don't have this, they don't have that, etc. If I had COVID-19, I want to be treated in China. China know how to keep people alive from COVID. They're super committed to it, and they're making a massive investment in it as well. That's not going to be the case everywhere in the world.
抖音
We have now increased our assessment of the risk of spread and the risk of impact of COVID-19 to very high at global level.
抖音
And as we spoke to the people we were working with in Wuhan, they said, this is our duty. We have to protect the world from this disease. This is our role. We'll play our role. To the people of Wuhan, it is recognized. The world's in your debt. And when this disease finishes, hopefully we'll have the chance to thank the people of Wuhan for the role that they've played in it.
抖音
It's what's happening in the rest of the world that's now our greatest concern. My message to each of these countries is, this is your window of opportunity. If you act aggressively now, you can contain this virus. You can prevent people getting sick. You can save lives. So my advice to these countries is to move swiftly.
抖音
Team from all over the world who will go to the field, and that has been agreed. They should begin deploying over the weekend.
抖音
COVID-19 is what's called a coronavirus. It's a class of viruses that are primarily what we call zoonotic, that they come from the animal kingdom.
抖音
Looking back at the effusive praise that's been given for China, has the Chinese government approached the WHO to ask it to stand up and say that China is doing a good job here?
China doesn't need to ask to be praised. It was not. It is not. That's the truth, the whole truth. I don't know why you said only WHO or a few agencies, but almost all member states were praising China for what it did. China took action massively at the epicenter, at the source of the outbreak. And that helped in preventing cases from being exported to other provinces in China and the rest of the world. We should tell the truth, and that's the truth.
抖音